So if any of you are wondering about Vibram FiveFingers, the funny shoes with toes, and if you've got any questions about it, feel free to drop any questions in the comments section below. But to give you some advice about them is, if you get the right pair, they fit well, and you tie them up right, these ones are the Vibram Bikila Evos. I think they might have changed the name to the to a different name this season or in 2017. I'm not 100% sure. They might be just called V-Runs or something like that. But yeah, on the grip of them, there's pretty much nothing to them. You can see it's just a bit of mud. There's like, a lot of times when you're getting trail shoes, let's say they've got a 4mm or a 5mm depths of the grips. Here, as you can see, there is no depth to the grips. It's just that. But the grip Vibram rubber that they use where it is, it's called Mega Grip, and it's amazing how well it grips on grass. So there's just no slip on the grass. Where having deeper grooves works is if you're on mud, which I'm about to probably be on in a minute. But if you're just going uphill and you want something that's very light on your feet, it's good. So no slipping, and for me, I found them quite comfortable. It does take a while for your feet to acclimatize. That's probably not the right word either. To get used to the pound. Like, I've got very soft feet. I don't have any calluses on my feet. My wife says my feet are like a baby's bottom, so it's not like I've got like big, tough outdoor feet, which like I'm a lumberjack or something that I could walk over hot coals or anything. I literally have baby soft feet, but in these shoes, they feel absolutely fine. You don't wear socks with them. You go barefoot inside them. You can buy Vibram FiveFinger socks if you need them. I think that's if you're doing like winter running, maybe, because running with these in the winter in the snow is really cold. You really feel it. But like just now, this is summer in Scotland. It's around about 17, 18 degrees, and you know, you don't get cold. And if your foot drops into some water, a little river or a pond or a big puddle like I'm about to walk into in a minute, because your foot is so active, it stays warm, so you don't need to worry about having cold feet. I have run in the snow in Vibrams before, and I would say, yeah, maybe that's when you do these socks. But for certainly like spring, summer, autumn, not in snow, these are absolutely fine. You don't really get bothered by the cold going on there. In terms of like whenever you walk past puddles, yeah, water goes in them. They're not waterproof in any sort of way. They're not Gore-Tex. It's kind of a case of you just let the water go in. It's meant to be a bit more natural, so you are at one with the ground that you're running across. I don't know if you have to be more careful about where you're running. Like here, I'm going to try and avoid all this bog. So yeah, squelch, 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 squelch. I think you kind of have to be a little bit more careful, but it makes you more careful with your running. A lot of the time, people who take up running or even trail running, they'll twist their ankles. They'll fall over and stub their toes and all that kind of stuff, because you know that you're in your bare feet effectively with just a tiny bit of sole. You become much more aware of the ground that you're about to put your foot on. So that whole run there didn't twist my ankle at any sort of point. I think the other reason you don't twist your ankle, this may be bollocks, but because you have no sole compared to like a big trail running shoe or a hiking boot, which you might have like a whole inch worth of rubber between you and the ground, you feel the ground much more. You're gripping with your toes, your foot spreads out, so your foot makes the kind of size of the grip that you're meant to be having. You're not having, I don't know how to explain it, but like artificial grip, artificial width of a foot that might trip you up. And additionally, because it's your foot on the ground, you could say that your center of balance is a whole inch closer to the ground, if that helps. That's probably bullshit. I don't think being an inch closer to the ground helps your balance in any sort of way. But in terms of twisting your ankle, because you have no sole to twist over, the only thing that you're going to twist your ankle on is if you, let's say you put your foot on a funny bit of grass and you twist your ankle there, but you have to be, or you just end up being much more careful about where you're putting your foot. So I don't ever really twist my ankles. I suppose it depends on the ground that you're covering. If it's like if I was running over this, that could be a different story, because I don't know what my foot is going to be going over. Look at this Scottish heather, look at the colour of that, purple and beautiful. Sorry, I'm quite patriotic. So yeah, if you're running over ground which you can't really see, maybe this long grass stuff, see there's bits where my foot can just disappear into the ground here, so that's, yeah, that's foot twisting territory. But however, I think that would be foot twisting territory if you had trainers on as well. So I don't know. Oh no, there's cows here. Where was I? What was I talking about? Yeah, so I don't think you twist your ankle. It's not that much of an issue. Certainly in terms of if you are running or you are trying to put some speed on, there's a potential that they cause less pounding to your knees and your hips, and for me, my back. I've got a very delicate back, so I'm trying to avoid as much pounding as possible, which is kind of like, oh, why are you doing running then? It's just because I need to do running, otherwise I think I would go slightly insane. And because you are really having to use your foot muscles, really have to use your calf muscles, you create your own suspension system. So before, normally if you're running around the hills like here, you might be slamming your heel into the ground, you know, running like that. And as you run heel first, that just sends a shock wave up straight to your knee and then up to your hip. So if you're running much more on your toes, like that, your toes take a little bit of compression, they spread out, then your foot is filled with about 30 bones or something like that, so they take a little bit of pressure. There's loads of tendons inside your foot, and then your Achilles tendon keeps it all tight, so that your suspension system is all done through your foot and your ankle. What that doesn't entail is that if you do this, oh boy, your calves will feel tender for a lot. I would say if you do a 5k jog, very slow, your first time in Five Fingers, don't expect to walk for about 10 days because it'll be the first super workout that your calves will have done in forever. Because you've always got to think, every time you run, let's say you're running on the road, every time you put your foot on the ground, your whole body is on that one foot. Additionally, so you've got, like, for me, I'm at 80 kilograms. As I go down, that's 80 kilograms. However, the instantaneous pressure that you put, because you're bouncing from one foot to the other each time, is actually, it goes up to about 4 times your body weight. There's some estimates saying if you're really like sprinting for it, it could be up to 10 times your body weight. But let's say it's like 4 times your body weight, like 320 kilograms hitting, or like my feet are going to be getting compressed with every step, or at least every jog that you're doing. 320 kilograms for me, which is a lot of pressure, which is a lot that your calf muscle is really going to have to deal with, and again, a lot that your Achilles tendon is going to have to deal with. So definitely be aware of repetitive stress injuries at the start while your body is developing your strength in your calves from this. So yeah, take it slow, take it easy. Realise that your calves, your Achilles, your plantar fascia have probably never had this kind of treatment in their life, especially if you're doing jogging. But oh, look at that, look at the colours, beautiful. So yeah, take it slow and expect a lot of pain first while you do it, but also be aware that you may develop a strange liking to running in Vibram FiveFingers. Because it is a bit weird how you are just feeling the ground underneath every footstep that you're taking. You just feel a little bit more hippie. Like, ooh, I'm at one with the ground. But yeah, and it's kind of, you don't feel the pain. Like after a while you don't, like, ooh, just doing a stone there. It's not really that sore. You kind of get used to it, I suppose. Because I suppose that's what your feet are meant to be used to. So yeah. Yeah, so that thing I was saying about your foot taking a lot of the pressure, I'd also say that, like, while I've been using these up and down this hill, especially on the downhill, no IT band issue. I have quite a lot of pain in my IT band, which is your iliotibial band, which goes down there, and it causes pain just on the outside of the knee. When in Vibram FiveFingers, maybe it's because I'm going slower, maybe it's because I'm using my toes or something, my calves are taking a lot of the hit. I don't know what the science is, but the IT band, no problem whatsoever. Again, in terms of like blisters or anything, I'm feeling it a little bit in my big toe on the way down, just because I'm having to use my big toe to grip on this slightly wet grass. But because you're not wearing socks or anything, and the shoe literally hugs onto your foot, and it's just like this really soft material, there's no kind of like, oh, it's not you're going to get like a heel blister or an ankle blister or outside a foot blister. So the only thing I'm getting is because I'm gripping with my toes on the downhill, there's a little bit of push in my big toe on the downhill. I'm feeling it a little bit of a rub, but not going to be getting a blister in an hour and a half kind of jog kind of thing. But certainly on the uphill, didn't feel anything wrong, because you are using your toes to grip, so your foot's not slipping inside. You're not worried about, oh, am I wearing the right kind of socks or the wrong kind of socks or all that kind of stuff. You know, with your sock rubbing or moving and sliding inside your shoe. With these, you're totally sucked into your shoe. So yeah. Anyway, if you've got any other questions about Vibram FiveFingers, myself, there's another kind of long distance runner that I know of, Steve Calclash. Check out Calclash Fitness. I'll put a link to his channel down below. I look to his channel for the latest advice on trainers and running shoes and minimalist shoes. He's big into that, and he's a legitimate athlete that does competitions and can actually run long distances. I'm more just a guy that likes to go for a jog around. Like, that's where I was. I was jogging round that hill way up there. So yeah, that is just, I do it for fun. I'm not very good at it. I'm getting better, but the whole point, like, one of the things I don't like is competition. In Edinburgh, there's a thing called the Park Run, which happens every weekend. I think it's every Saturday, where it's a simple 5k run round a park or around the coast outside Edinburgh. Lovely. There's no real competition to it, but I hate it. Not because in any way that the event is worthy of hating. I just don't like running with other people, or I don't like the competitive side of it. I'm a very individualist sports kind of person, so I liked my snowboarding, I liked my skiing, my rock climbing, my on my own long distance running. You know, other people are like, oh, I love my rugby, love my football, love my team games. I'm like, no. I find running in groups also something a bit like, nah, not a huge fan of that. The only people I like to be around whenever I'm running is my camera, is my GoPro. I like being on my own, time with your own thoughts. But anyway, yeah, just to give you an idea of the size of that hill, that's people over there. You can't even see them, they're just tiny little people over there. Anyway, feels like it's starting to run. Feels like it's starting to rain, so I'll call that the end of the video. Yeah, any questions, drop them down below. See you guys later. Wow.